Okay, I know I said I'm not touching this. After that whole Medusa thing and how she was sucking on Tessa Blanchard, I said, you know what? I'm done talking about Tessa Blanchard. But look, here we are. Tessa Blanchard is back, surfaced in wrestling news. So I'm going to touch on it. I'm going to try my best to keep this quick as possible. Okay? Hey, hello. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it. Former TNA star Tessa Blanchard opens up on a personal struggle, and my girl Chelsea Green checked the shit out of her. Let's have the conversation. Blanchard spoke at length on Straight Talk Wrestling, admitting that while she wouldn't change anything about her path her life has taken since it has made her the person she is today, there were times when she didn't have the strength to live. That right there is the manipulation, folks, okay? She's looking for some empathy. And I quote, "There were days where I was tired about life. Just because my identity was wrestling, I didn't know who I was without it. In a matter of less than 24 hours, from contract offers from the biggest company, more money than I've ever seen in my life, to nothing. From this whole storyline we had built for 8 or 9 months, to me begging the TNA office that day, like I don't want to win. I don't want to do this." That was my attempt at Tessa Blanchard, by the way. The storyline Blanchard is referencing is her Impact World title win during the COVID-19 pandemic. Blanchard no-showed Impact shows, meaning the promotion was without its world title. She eventually gone so far, for so long, that she was stripped of the title and the company let her go. Blanchard is currently competing for CMLL in Mexico and has wrestled for other small promotions, but none of the big names that were presumably the big names that wanted her, vying for her signature, are chasing her anymore. With all that being said, my girl Chelsea Green came out and she said, "Let me tell you something." I'm improvising. "I don't wish self-harm or thoughts of suicide on anyone, and I hope she's found a peace. However, a simple 'I'm sorry' goes a long way. You haven't heard that yet. Accountability matters, and redemption tour of interviews won't erase the actions of an egotistical bully." I know that's right. I know that's right. The accusations that Blanchard was a bully behind the scenes in Impact began January 2020. And not to go deep into this, Green wasn't at Impact when the allegations were made, but had shared a locker room with Blanchard in the past. Green notes that she wouldn't wish any of the stuff that Blanchard has been through on anyone, but she and other claims to have been bullied by her for a while, and they still haven't gotten an apology. Blanchard claimed during the same interview in which she detailed her struggle that the real hurt isn't out there still, the real truth. So it seems unlikely that there will be an apology to follow. This person says, "I get the feeling she's holding firm that she didn't do anything wrong, at least not on the scale that she's accused of." Blanchard also seems to have moved past the caring if she's ever signed to WWE or AEW. So an apology, if one is indeed warranted, may never come. Let me tell y'all something real quick. And this is what I talk about all day at work. I talk to high-risk young boys about apologizing and holding yourself accountable. It's very difficult to be held accountable and have a mirror shown in your face, especially if you think you're a nice guy or gal. Tessa Blanchard is not a nice woman. That's just what it is. This is just a small snippet of issues. She got put out a while. She tried to, get on at these other places. These people don't want to touch her. It is lore, her behavior. Where did she get this behavior from? Her daddy? They said Tully was cutting up bad back in the day. Maybe he taught her some things. I don't know. But I can understand if it's one person. Then it's like, But it was multiple women. Chelsea Green, I've never heard anything crazy about Chelsea Green. And there's no reason for me not to believe this woman. I'm not going to diminish anyone's experience. It's not to cancel somebody. It's not to be like, oh man, she on her soapbox. I preach accountability. I even do it on this podcast. If I said something crazy or something that made you uncomfortable as a listener, you don't unsubscribe. You come and check me. And then I fix it and do the work. It's too many times that people gaslight. These are real words. It has nothing to do with being, oh, she just want to be, holy and thou, and oh, she's waxing poetic. No. It's too many times where people have to deal with all types of hate and trauma, and they don't get no closure. Close the book, Tessa. I'm sorry. I was going through a lot. There's no excuse for the behavior. I'm sorry, girls. If I ever come across y'all, I'll be different. Something. But she still is holding the line. And because she's still holding the line, this woman will never work anywhere in the United States where the money would be booming. She could stay in Mexico with that bullshit. I don't know what it is when it comes to the racism. No one wants to be racist, and that's fine. But we're not going to dismiss what took place. And you spit on somebody. That alone is a lot. You're cocky. You're feeling good. You look good. Your wrestling's fantastic. You got a little bit ahead of yourself, and now you got to deal with it. Of course, self-harm, suicide, all that sucks. But that's because there's something in the back, in the subconscious, that you're avoiding. And what you need to do is have that conversation with a therapist or somebody that's going to keep it all the way live with you. And that's just not Tessa Blanchard. That's period. I did the work. I did the work with myself to where I would be able to talk to other people about how to do the work with themselves. Tessa Blanchard needs to do the work and seriously sit down and have a come hither moment, a real epiphany. She really needs to look in the mirror and figure out what it is that's hindering her as a person, as a human being. And I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Check it later.